Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. We have been talking about the basic Dhamma. How we look at life. How with the understanding of the law of cause and effect. With the understanding of dependent origination. And how we may apply this Dhamma in our life, in career, in family life, in relationship, etc. We have been talking about this quite a while, because to practice Dhamma, it is basically the mind, very much. Even though we talk, we say, when we cultivate our life, we need to take care of thought, speech, and action. But still very much it boils down to the mind. If our mind can see things as they really are, if we can balance our intelligence with our emotional intelligence, our emotions aspect, the power of love, and then we can live well. We can apply this strength of mind to understand every life situations, wherever we are, whoever we meet with, and apply the Dhamma to make things better in any situation. And in situations where we cannot have a good outcome, at least we are able to endure and not make things worse. Sometimes in life we have to choose between good and bad. Sometimes we have to choose between bad and worse. So sometimes there's no good result, whatever we do. But at least the wisdom, the Dhamma wisdom, will help us to work on the right causes and eventually be able to turn around our life. But whatever it is, one important factor comes out, very important. It's about emotions management. Whether it's in career, in relationship, in our spiritual endeavor, our emotions control, emotions mastery is very important. Especially during our spiritual training of meditation. When we get emotionally affected, that's very unlikely to apply wisdom. And it seems we suddenly, even a very capable person, can be very much incapacitated due to emotions. So, again, today we talk about it. First, we need to understand, see that emotion is not a self. They are not permanent, they change. Emotions come and go. It happens because of conditions. Internal conditions, external conditions, present condition and past condition as well. We may not be able to understand every condition of our emotion, but we can understand that they must be conditioned by known or unknown factors. Okay? So, but we have a choice. The Buddha shows us that we have a choice here and now. Even when we encounter difficult situation, challenging situation, in which most people, untrained people, will end up reacting with bad emotions, which make things worse. But with Dhamma, we learned not to accept it, not to be carried away, not to be swayed by our emotions. For example, we quote the example of the Buddha when someone came and scolded the Buddha for converting or adopting, accepting his relatives to become monks. He get very unhappy, the Brahmin abused the Buddha. And the Buddha said, what happens if you go to someone come to your house and then you try to give a treat to the food to people? You try to feed people with food. But if a person doesn't accept, what happened to you? Oh, that belongs to me. I have to take back the food. That my guest don't want. So the Buddha told him the same. Now I don't accept your abuse. I don't accept your bad words. So you own your own bad deeds. You own your own bad words. And he got shocked. And eventually got converted. And eventually became Arahant himself. That was a very wonderful story. So we have a choice. We can learn from the Buddha and not to accept bad experiences to affect our present moment, our present mind. So that's one attitude. Another way is not only that, even if you know you may not be able to control, what happened? What can you do? Yes, many people may tell us, may say, well, Bhante, I know all the theory, but I cannot do it. Emotions still pop up against my wish. What can you do? Okay, then we always go back to the Buddha's way of training. First, be aware of it. If you find that your mind get affected, emotion get affected, feeling goes back, try to take it as object, as if it's just feeling as feeling. Instead of my feeling, just look at it. Sometimes your perception also gets changed. How? When you have a very positive, loving feeling, you tend to look at things brightly. And when you get very angry and upset, things appears to be very gloomy and negative in your mind. So observe it and know it. As if you stand beside yourself and look at it. Oh, this feeling is arising, this perception is changing. The mind is changing. Okay, look at it this way. This is very direct. And sometimes people like to look at the body. It's also correct. For example, your breathing. When your feeling goes back, you observe your breathing. Oh, how breathing get short and quick. Or maybe a kind of inhibited feeling. Okay, you know it. In a calm way, not to add fuel to it. By adding the feeling that, oh, this is mine, you hurt me, you make my feelings go bad. No, not that thing. Feeling as feeling only. And then also, after some time, if you look at it mindfully, you can see it change. It's impermanent. It is not all the time lasting. Okay, you can look at it this way. So, learning from the Buddha's experience, we tell ourselves, observe it, and not to identify yourself, I, with that experience. Okay, just look at experience. Those experiences are not permanent. It will go away. So, try not to take that emotions as mine. No, I am very angry. No, anger as anger. Instead of I feel angry. No, just look at anger as a phenomenon. Okay? Yeah. It's just a psychological phenomenon. They are conditioned, they are impermanent. These two characteristics should be very clear to you. the emotions conditioned, sometimes caused mostly by external condition, or stimulated by external conditions, but sometimes by internal also, especially when your karma is bad, you tend to feel bad. Sometimes our karmaja rupa, materiality born by karma. That is, every moment some karma is ripening in our life. So if you have some bad karma ripening, you just, without knowing why, but you just feel bad. Just some kind of clog up here, the energy bad, and then you feel bad. And then because of that feeling, you tend to look at things badly. I had one very good experience last time in Cochin. One time I passed by a place, I saw so many people, so many cars stopped by the roadside. And then I saw people gather there. So as a young man, this happened 30 over years ago. I was curious. I think 1993. I was very curious. I just walk around and look at it. What they did, they had a cockfighting, You know the cockfighting? And what they did, they tied the knives to the claw of the chicken. And then knife, sharp knife. And then they make the two chicken fight. How they make the two chicken fight? I tell you, very cruel. They will pick the what they call the feather behind the neck of the chicken and actually pull off a few. That agitate the chicken very badly. I think it's a cock. Mostly they use cock. Cock, not hen, they use cock. So they pull the feather of the cock at the back of the neck very much. It just pulled. And that cock, of course, got agitated, angry. And because of angry, the head moved like that. Then both sides, both owner of the cock, they did the same. And then after they agitate the cock very much, then they throw the cock to each other. Then this cock, they fight. Because the cock look at each other, you get angry with me, I get angry with you. Why you get angry? I get angry. But the cock, they didn't have the intelligence to realize that they were actually agitated by the owner, by the master. Very terrible karma, of course. So in that time I reflect how often we humans are also like that. We feel we are the master ourselves. We feel we know what happened, but very often, worse still, we actually don't know what actually happened. Sometimes some unseen forces, it can be, unseen forces outside can agitate us. Possible. This is not fancy story. It happened. Right, like for example, during the Kakusanda Buddha's time, the Mara, the one kind of heavenly devil, they also came down the human world and tried to agitate the monks, the devotees, so that the devotees would not support the monks. Then the Kakusanda Buddha told the monks, now you send metta, loving kindness, compassion, appreciation, equanimity. Practice Brahma Vihara in this difficult situation, especially when people don't treat you well or may not give alms to you. Then stay peaceful. Don't get upset with people. Then later, the Mara saw that this way they cannot destroy the monks' virtues. So again, they changed and tried to influence the villagers. Came in, occupied some of the villages and talk good about the monks. All the good things about the monks. You should support the monks. You should praise the monks. The monks are virtuous. Okay, because of that good influence, what the Mara tried to do, try to make the monks go elated and proud, and then forget about the practice. And then the monk, the Buddha knew the strategies, the dirty tricks of the Mara, of the devil. and say, oh, now you practice impermanence, knowing that everything good in the world also changing, not substantial, nothing to attach. With this reflection and this application of mind, then the monks goes calm. Okay, you treat me so well, it's also impermanent. At one time, I got abused and now I got all the praises, it's fine. Equanimous in both situations, and apply, keep the mind in good Dhamma, in good mental states, in either situation, very bad situation, abusive situation, and a very supportive and well-loved situation. So in this way, not to be affected by emotions. That's very, very important. So if actually it happen, good emotions or bad emotions, don't let our mind falls into anger, frustration, sorrow. Not to fall into elated feeling, proud. No, just observe and work on the present moment and keep the mind clear and steady. That's very important. So, first, always know, recognize the emotions, and then you can also see the conditions phenomena or the impermanence phenomena of it. And then don't get carried away. If it already appeared, watch it with mindfulness. Of course, you can also apply, like, for example, I want to practice anapanasati during that. Whatever it is, I don't care. I just pay attention to my breath. That's also correct. You can also do that. Just do that. So when people praise you or criticize you justly or unjustly, look at it this way. If you get a first arrow, don't get a second arrow. Good. You get attacked. Don't suffer yourself. You have a choice over your response. You have a choice. And also, need to be careful of very beautiful emotions. Also, not to attach. Just know they are all impermanent, they are all conditioned. Okay, yes. And also try to check your breathing, and then whenever it is, try not to react quickly. Try to react quickly. Pause before you respond. Pause, be mindful, understand the situation well before you respond. In this way, you can protect your mind during good or bad emotions. Another one, there's a monk who people is always steady and calm. People ask him, why can you remain such unaffected, so aloof in any situation? He said, because I don't attach to the rupa, materiality, not attached to feeling, not attached to perception, not attached to mental formation, not attached to consciousness. These are 5 aggregates of clinging. The first one, materiality, our body, mainly. Actually, external one also include, but mainly the body. And then the feeling, perception, mental formation, and consciousness. These are the mentality or mental qualities. So do not attach to mind and body, then you're okay. No problem. Okay. So as to say, if external conditions, whatever stimuli we face, we allow our mind to react with greed, anger, delusion, with causes of suffering, it only causes more suffering on top of suffering. So know every suffering as a result of karma, whatever, and don't act by adding new cause of suffering here and now. In fact, we should respond with good Dhamma, so that when these bad things get exhausted and goes away, we accumulate very good karma. If we react, we may end up making things worse. Sometimes the things may not be so bad, but because we react with causes of suffering, then the cycle never ends. The cycle of bad experience never ends. Now, we have learned about cause and effect, dependent origination in a simple way. We also know how important it is to practice metta, loving kindness, compassion, appreciative joy, equanimity. And in the past also we have on and off talk about how the power of faith, energy, mindfulness, concentration, and wisdom, how they are important. All these Dhamma we can apply in our life. Now we need to have a general daily practice. That's very important. Because without constant general daily practice, not by one Dhamma talk, not by listening, we can develop a character and of Dhamma. Not easy. Because things never comes easy just by listening once. We need to keep to daily practice. And practice before we face challenges, and also practice while we face challenges in real life. And then also, before we go to sleep, check how well we do and we apply Dhamma. That's very important. So, in the past, we have talked about how to apply in daily life, in family, in school, in regarding emotions, regarding accumulation of wealth, and etc. So this Dhamma, the Buddha's taught by the Buddha, is a real life applicable science actually. So we need to turn our bookish knowledge, so to speak, the knowledge we learn from books, learn from Dhamma talk, turn it into real life behavior action. If you don't apply, it is like we keep drawing with Chinese speaking, Chinese sayings, you draw the cake and can you get full? No, you draw the cake very beautifully, but it's the drawing. You won't fill your stomach by drawing a beautiful cake. You need to actually make it and eat it. Then you fill your stomach. In the same way, whatever Dhamma we hear, we ponder upon, we reflect upon, we need to really apply in real life. First, in the morning when you get up, first get up with a bright thought. Oh, I'm breathing. It's good to be aware of our breathing the moment we get up. Oh, how nice. When we are still breathing, that means we are still alive. Because one fine day, you fall into sleep, you never get up. Okay? So now when we are alive, we still have the opportunity to train ourselves, to accumulate merits, to make our life better. And better moving forward. We can apply Dhamma. So living is a blessing for us, especially for one who accumulate good deeds. Okay. So it's also good to reflect on our in Dhamma Earth. We also encourage everyone to reflect on the treasure guidelines according to Dhamma. Treasure guideline for self-cultivation according to Dhamma. That is the basic reflection, treasure guideline. We have 7 treasure guidelines, some for leadership, some for other training, for service, etc., for decision making. But this is most fundamental. This is basic, especially for cultivation. So equip your mind with good Dhamma and tell yourself. For example, you talk about how you let go of the past and future and focus on present moment. Such reminders is very useful. And we try to apply these reminders in our daily life that whole day. And then before you go to sleep, reflect again, read it again, and see how well have you applied in this of this treasure guideline in this today, and how much more you need to do, how you could have done better. Because this evaluation, daily evaluation at night, will give you the strength to do better the next day. Okay, so start in the morning, at least once in the morning and once at night. Some of our disciples, they even copy and write. If it cannot, if the mind goes so worked up, cannot focus well, copy and write. Is also one way. And then make aspiration, make beautiful aspiration. Tell ourselves, oh, today, whoever I meet, whatever I encounter, I will respond with loving kindness and compassion. I will not respond with defilements. I will try to see things with the wisdom of dependent origination and cause and effect, and try to manage well by working on good causes. Okay? And then daily life, when you meet people and you encounter anything, when it is pleasant or unpleasant, whether it's prosperity or adversity, or whatever, try to, when good things happen, don't get elated, don't get proud, thinking that this is the past conditions bring to me this result, they are impermanent. Like the Kakusanda Buddha's disciples. Whatever, when people treat us, regard us well, instead of feeling proud, we should say, oh, how good is this person, how meritorious is this person. Rejoice in the person's good deeds and appreciate, be grateful for the good things that happen to us. When you encounter adversity, this is what we say, the first arrow that shot at you. Okay? Accept this vipaka, this result of karma. Do not suffer the second arrow by reacting with anger. Do not. Don't fall into bad emotions. Let your mind work on four foundation of mindfulness, either on the body, feeling, on the consciousness, or on the mind objects, or whatever, or the Dhamma, anything. Okay, take it well, take it peacefully and calmly. And then, regarding the action and decision, always try to apply for clear comprehension when you make decision, especially decision that affect. Because most of the decision has a lasting effect in our life. So whenever you want to make any decision, especially major decision, ask yourself, what is my purpose of doing so? Have clear comprehension of purpose. With second clear comprehension of suitability. Is it suitable? Is it conducive for my achievement of my goal? Or is it a disadvantage and affect my goal? Okay, this clear comprehension of suitability. And always remember the domain, have clear comprehension of domain. In meditation, it refers to meditation object. In our spiritual life, it refers to our meditation object. In daily life, you can also take this principle and apply. What am I doing? I should not be diverted from my main task at hand. That's also similar to clear comprehension domain in meditation practice. In daily life, you make sure you remember what you should be doing and don't get swayed away, don't get distracted. And lastly, have a clear comprehension of non-delusion. Strictly speaking, this clear comprehension is, we talked about it before, is about seeing ultimate reality of mentality and materiality, at least Namarupa Parichaya Jnana, first insight knowledge of Vipassana, at least. ultimate reality. But you can also, in thinking level, apply something similar to that. Not strictly up to that level, clear comprehension, non-delusion. But similar by thinking power, reflecting knowledge, thinking that everything is impermanent, this is non-self, and this is a condition, dependently conditioned or dependently originated. Don't attach. So you can do like that. Then you have a similar effect, even though much lesser efficacy, but at least something. At least not easily fall into defilements. At least it's a wise attention, yoniso manasikara. So whatever you do, big decision, reflect, make sure you can apply your wisdom before you do. Sometimes when your emotion comes, you cannot, even you have the wisdom, you don't know how to apply. So then it is a waste. So you make sure in every situation of life, you only work on responding with good cause. Not work on the causes and don't attach to result, because result, some are conditioned by our present effort, some are conditioned by past karma or invisible forces that we don't know. So just what you cannot control, don't waste time. Work on what you can do. That is very important. And when you relate to other people, when you regard others, when you have a human relationship, try to practice Brahma Vihara, loving kindness, compassion, appreciative joy, and equanimity. Don't, no jealousy, no control. Help people to help themselves. Okay? So with this, morning you have the reflection, and then the night you have a reflection. In between, you apply that Dhamma, apply your mindfulness, apply your wisdom and wise attention and Brahma Vihara, your loving kindness, compassion, appreciative joy, equanimity, and then whole day you practice like this, so you can improve your life. And this daily life practice will enhance your Dhamma practice when you come for meditation retreat. Okay, so a meditation retreat, whatever you learn in meditation retreat, apply in your daily life. And whatever in your daily life, try to practice well and let your daily life be a plus for your spiritual meditation practice. Okay? And whatever wrong you do, just say, okay, I made a mistake, repent over it. Not with that kind of remorseful feeling. Just say, no, it's wrong, I recognize wrong, and I'm not going to repeat it. Okay? So in this way, we improve our life. And at the end of the day, learn to rejoice and share merits to all beings. In this way, that's very helpful. Make your daily life a good one, and always go to sleep with loving kindness, with no regrets, a good life, and peaceful sleep. Okay? So, so we apply that, try to have the Dhamma power of, if you always reflect on conditionality, dependent origination, and reflect on non-self, if you can apply that, whatever level your wisdom achieve, then apply that in your daily life. Then see how you don't get hurt, you are aloof from the consequences or results of your effort. And then you apply your loving kindness, compassion, appreciation, equanimity. This is also Dhamma power, very helpful. One is the wisdom. Dependent origin, non-self is the wisdom part of Dhamma power. Loving kindness, compassion, appreciative, equanimity. This is the emotional part, emotional intelligence. You apply that, you feel secure, you feel happy in your daily life. You can check for yourself every day. And then after that, you have the ability to Dhamma power to see things as they really are with wisdom. Seeing things with they really are with wisdom. Yata bhutang jnana dasanam. Jata bhutang, as they really are. Jnana, wisdom. Dasana, seeing. So whatever, apply your emotional intelligence and your IQ, your intelligence, your wisdom to help you to see situations in life. Then correctly see them as they really are. So then it helps us to identify solution very well. And then next, cultivate the ability to enrich others, external conditions, people or whatever. Make things better. Make everyone who meet you, encounter you, be better because of your influence. Because of your Dhamma power. If you can live a life like that, how nice it is. Right? No? If you can enrich everyone who meet you, can your life be bad? No. Your life will be very good. One who can enrich others, even though occasionally you may be taken advantage of, it doesn't matter. Trust karma. All goodness will not go to waste. Trust. Eventually your life will be better. Even though occasionally you may meet someone who take advantage of you, bully you, it doesn't matter. This will go to pass. But eventually it will be better. Okay? Try to enrich others. And then, if you have this ability, your wisdom, your EQ, and then your ability to see things as they really are, and then you can enrich others. And then the fifth one, you'll find that you have a great ability to succeed. You develop the ability to solve things well. To deal with things very well, successfully. You can manage things very well. You can fulfill your wishes very well. Whatever you do, you can execute it with perfection or more perfectly. So how nice it is if you develop this kind of Dhamma powers in your life. By daily reflection, of course, if daily meditation in the morning also good. Better still, morning and then daily life, whatever you do, don't complain. Learn to respond to make things better and not worse. And then at night, you reflect again, you meditate again, and then you reflect how to improve in future. Okay? Okay. Now, later, of course, you can progress further into sutta studies, keeping 5 precepts or 8 precepts every week or something, and meditate more, and even learn Abhidhamma. Learn Visuddhimagga Abhidhamma, the text, and then this will help you to live a good life and progress in the Dhamma teaching. To walk a life without regrets. Because you improve from every situation. You progress in every situation. So, hopefully everyone, you can utilize every present moment and let Dhamma live up Dhamma in every aspect of our life. Then if you practice like that, let me tell you, even a very powerful fortune teller who's supposed to be very accurate, some, they will not be able to predict or say for sure for your future. Because why? Even if a very good fortune teller, they may derive something out of your past for some reason, be seeing certain signs. But not accurate. That's why the Buddha never encourages us to go to fortune teller, nor should we be a fortune teller. In fact, we should tell people how to make good use of present moment. Because present moment is also a cause. The Dhamma, and then whenever you do the Dhamma practice apply, it accumulates karma. A good one will be punya, a better one which direct towards nibbana, a realization of Four Noble Truths, that become parami. So karma, good karma, punya, parami. If you do that, the life change. Okay? So keep reflecting on the present moment and always wish good for yourself and wish for the wishes of others to be fulfilled. Then you'll be very beautiful. So we use the dependent origination wisdom to understand life phenomena, understand how the world, and then we apply simple cause and effect wisdom, the Dhamma, to work on our causes to make our life better. Okay? So, at the beginning, so if we can do that, then the words, the saying, which is very beautiful saying, once I always like to share, is only those who can see the invisible can do the impossible. What are the invisible? The natural law, the hidden forces that affect our life. If we can understand these forces, these natural law that affect our life, then what we seem to be impossible, liberation, happiness, we can achieve. It is not really impossible. The really impossible one, for example, no one can do. For example, you try to live for the life of another. You cannot do that. But what we say is apparently impossible, but not really impossible. Not scientifically impossible. Apparently impossible things, we can make it possible by working on forces which is we didn't see before, by seeing. So we need to see truth, see how nature works, and see realities. Okay. So okay, can we take a little time? Okay, and regarding the treasure guidelines for self-cultivation according to Dhamma, you can check. Anyone, you can get it for free online from, and here also we share in Dhamma Earth, and you can also get it free online on Dhamma Earth website. Okay. Any questions from the floor? So this is question is about if you have not practiced up to dependent origination, how can I overcome the fear towards the unknown? Unknown. So, well, if you have not experienced dependent origination with insight through vipassana training, you can have, you can still achieve some power of this facing the unknown by having faith in the Buddha's teaching, thinking that what the Buddha says is true. So I should only work on the causes, that there's a future life, rebirth, and then I work on the causes, my future will be better. Have faith in dependent origination, in the law of cause and effect. This is one way. Another way is those who practice Confucianism. Confucius taught his disciples, well, if you don't know how you came to be born, then how can you know about death? Yeah, they didn't know anything about life and death, but enjoy life, be happy. So these Confucius disciples, even though they didn't practice dependent origination, but they are able to be happy in the here and now and work on what are the relevant and useful things. Okay, this is also one way. May not be absolute. This kind of power of reflection may not be powerful in every situation, but it helps. Practicality, pragmatism. But better still if you practice up to dependent origination and you understand how life comes and goes, and then you can face the unknown with bravery. So this question about how to practice, remember our meditation object in daily life. Is it a necessary factor for good progress in meditation? Yes, it's definitely needed daily life. But in daily life, you learn to be discreet, be wise. Be prudent. When you drive the car, don't try to focus on your breath. Drive properly, normally, with clarity and awareness. Because you can go into problem if you, while driving, you focus on your breath. That's not the correct way. But in a safe situation and suitable, in the park or whatever suitable place, you can meditate. And mainly, in order not to forget, you need to do a lot of reminders. Remind yourself that I want to focus on meditation object. You need to do a lot of reminders. And also regular practice, consistent practice. That will change the habits. Okay, let's finish. Okay, we share merits and big aspiration. Okay, idang me punya asawakaya wahang hotu idang me punya nibbanasa pacaya hotu mama punya bhaga sabba satana bhajemi te sabbe me sama punya bhaga labando sadhu sadhu sadhu.